Hello, everyone. My name is Deuce Pesic. I'm the founder and chief visionary officer of ND Pesic Group. We're an innovative, purpose-driven company with a few things I've engineered to hopefully make the world a better place, better than I found it 52 years ago, at least, right? As an entrepreneur, you're always wondering, how am I going to go ahead and, spend the big bucks when my payday comes in, right? Is it cars, homes, vacation spots, right? But for me, it's always been altruism, right? Growing up poor in the former Yugoslavia, my grandparents and family, and the culture has always been you look out for your neighbor, right? How can you help them in any way possible, right? So, a number of years ago, I decided that one of the ways that I want to spread my altruism is through becoming a debt buyer. When our company, in our second year of operations, I definitely want to go ahead and become a debt buyer because I found that's the best way to assist a large group of people at one time, right? But that's in our second year of business. I didn't want to wait, till then. I mean, right now we're in our pre-seed funding stage, and when that comes in, I could easily budget to help someone out even then, right? I don't have to wait, right? So I found a foundation I wanted to help because I think the message and everything that was laid out is just absolutely phenomenal. I found this foundation uh, by attending Thrive, Make Money Matter, in Las Vegas, and it was hosted by Cole and Sonia Hatter. And they're the ones that introduced me to Claire's Place Foundation. I found it absolutely amazing. Claire's Place Foundation was created by a young lady by the name of Claire Wineland. She's an author, she's a TEDx speaker, and her smile would light up the room when she walked in. A young lady full of spirit, full of life, always happy despite her own personal circumstances, or maybe it was her circumstances um, that put her in the mindset of living life to the fullest every day. Well, she was diagnosed with cystic fibrosis from from birth, I believe, a very early age, and she wasn't given long to be with us. So one of her wishes is to start the foundation to help others not feel alone and to spread her message and of the importance of living life to the fullest, right? Because she knew that, unfortunately, where her life was taking her. And for me, it's as a parent of a soon-to-be 20-year-old young man, I often find it really hard and difficult to have a young child, a young adult, have to become wise of what their future holds at such an early age. To me is just it should not be that way, right? The level of strength to have to understand that, and to live each day knowing what your end would be, and taking advantage of every moment that you could possibly do to live your life to the fullest in the time that you have been given, right? Well, so I decided, yeah, I'd love to go ahead and help them. And I didn't know how to go about doing it because I wanted to go ahead and help them. Once we get our pre-seed stage, I've already budgeted a nice small little amount to go ahead and help them out. And I didn't know the best way to go about doing it. So I called a dear colleague of mine, a smart woman by the name of Linda Sunshine West. Um, she's the host of Living Live TV, and excuse me, the dogs. So, Living Live TV, and she's worked with a number of women's groups, and she's, just such a pistol. I love her. She is a dynamite woman. And I called her and said, how do I go about doing this? Well, she said two things to me. She said, one, you wanting to help them when you get your first stage funding is fantastic, but that could take a while. But that shouldn't stop you from doing it now. The second thing she said, you're overthinking it, right? Just start a GoFundMe, right? There's no need for me at this stage to have to go it alone, right? But if you don't get the funding to do what you want to do, you have this going, and something, especially these days, right? Something to help out a great organization at these times is something, no matter how little it is, right? And I said, that's true. But I said, like to start a GoFundMe page and stuff, people are going to question, well, are they going to see it? Who is this guy? How do I know this isn't a scam? And the third thing she said, the people that matter won't be the ones judging you that way. And I thought, interesting. Okay. So, I reached out to the foundation, and I spoke with a lady who picked up the phone. She was just so awesome. Her name was Melissa, and we had a nice conversation. She was so excited that I wanted to just go ahead and do this. And we were talking and everything, and then she said, yeah, every little bit that we get helps, because I want to keep my daughter's dream alive. And I was like, I did not realize I was speaking to Melissa, who was Claire's mom. And it was just a mess at the time, just as I am now. Because you see, I could see where Claire got her strength, right? Because in her celebration of life, there's this little portion towards the end of the video where Claire asked her mom, how do you cope with the thought of me dying? And that just, looking at my son, to think if he ever asked me that, I don't know how I would be able to cope with a question like that, right? Especially coming from your own child, right? So, I knew I picked the right foundation to help. Just the whole family, just a amazing, strong group of people, and however you could help would be wonderful. Even if it's $1 or $2, whatever you can. I for one know it's difficult, especially these days, right? You see, because the character of the foundation is also what's so highly important, right? Because in speaking with Melissa, I've come to find out that even though she's raising funds, to keep the foundation going, right? Come to find out that when the COVID and the pandemic hit, that she donated $30,000 from the foundation to her local community so people got food on her table, right? She looked out for her neighbors. So you see, I think however you could help me help them would be just absolutely fantastic. And I know they'd appreciate it, and I would just be so grateful just to be able to spend this time to bring awareness to my side of social media, um, in hopes that the thread of people that are following me would be able to do something for them. So, guys, I want to thank you so very much for taking these 10 minutes to listen, and I hope you find it in your heart to, whatever you could give this wonderful place. Um, I know they'd appreciate it. I'd be grateful. And much love to you guys. Thank you so very much for spending these few minutes with me. And I hope you all stay safe, be careful, and look out for one another, okay? Much love from me and ND Pesic Group. And always remember, we are one people, one earth. Cheers.